And good afternoon, everybody. Today is Tuesday, the 3rd of May, 2022. This is Bethea's Bite Reloaded, your home for news, opinions, debates, your voice, and justice served. I'm Ernest Bethea, the Last Outlaw. Thank you all so much for joining me. And today it's a different edition because right now we're not talking true crime or anything of that sort. We're talking about mental health. This conversation is long overdue because now we see it firsthand how mental health impacts others, not just the person who's suffering from it. In fact, just this past Saturday, if you've been paying attention to your entertainment news, surprisingly, we've lost country music legend, and I can use that word strongly, legend, in Naomi Judd. How you doing, Ruby Pearl Glamour Pot? How you doing? Well, please come on in if you want to. We got a seat open for you. Anyway, we lost Naomi Judd due to mental illness, according to a tweet by both Winona and Ashley. And today I want to bring about the cause of that death and try to get a conversation on it. But as always, whether it's live or whether it's pre-recorded, I want to do a little house cleaning. So yes, this is the home for news, opinions, debates, and your voice. I thank you all for joining me. If you wanna get on the live, I'll be sure to have the link for you. If if you're interested in following me on Facebook, Twitter, or anywhere on social media, welcome to the 5 points of contact. This is my house cleaning. If you're looking for me on Facebook, you can find me on my personal page at the Last Outlaw 316. Or you can find me at the Bethea's Bite Reloaded page at Bethea's Bite Reloaded. You can find me on Twitter at EKB316. To everybody on YouTube, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can find me also on YouTube at user at EKB316. If you want to hit me up at the message forum, please register, sign up, drop comments at BetheasBite.com. If you're looking to email me, please, I would enjoy those too at kingofhearts316 _09 at outlook.com. But I ask of you, whether it's an email or here in the comment section, please keep those comments clean because I will be reading those comments live. Now that we covered that, I do want to I want to get a number of comments in. Arctic Fox True Crime. Thank you for dropping in on the comments. He said, "Rest in peace, Naomi," and I sincerely stand by you with that. Ruby Pearl. She said that the Judds are amazing. Yes, they are. I was trying to get together a number of their biggest hits to add to my playlist too, including Mama He's Crazy, Grandpa I'll Tell You About the Good Old Days, and Why Not Me, just to name a few. Um, I I found out earlier this morning that and it pained me when I found this out that Naomi had taken her own life, and not and it kind of added up when the tweet said that she had a long fight with mental illness, and she even mentioned it on numerous interviews that she was dealing with severe depression. So if you're looking at my screen now and you're seeing the split screen between my avatar and this infographic here, courtesy of the National Alliance for Mental Illness, or NAMI. These are all 2020 numbers. You see that and sometimes I can easily fit myself into into those categories. All I gotta do is just take out the fact that it's 2020. This is talking about this right at the height of the pandemic. I mean, we get the first fact here that 1 in 5 adults have experienced some form of mental illness. 1 in 20 experience a serious case of mental illness, and 1 in 15 experience both a substance use disorder and mental illness. Now, that's a combination. That's a combination that even I didn't expect. Ruby Pearl says, I recall her having cancer. Or some, yeah, yeah. She actually had hepatitis B. That's what stopped Naomi from touring around 1991. But she and Winona reunited and has some great shows all the way up until the mental illness diagnosis, which we now know was severe depression. And yeah, we find we find out we find out that we find out that she was gonna reunite with Winona one more time to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, which occurred on Sunday night. Now she was inducted posthumously, but still, it just I know for many people, including Winona and Ashley, it just wasn't the same. Even I feel you, Ruby Pearl. I know you grew up on country music. Even most of us who weren't country music fans knew who the Judds were. Or some of us had a hard time trying to figure out which one was mom and which one was daughter. Oh man, more of these stats that just that comes in and hits you right in the heart. Among U.S. adults who receive mental health services, listen to these numbers: 17.7 million have experienced delays or cancellations of appointments. That's not helping. 7.3 million experienced delays in getting prescriptions, and 4.9 million adults were unable to access needed care. And Arctic Fox, you are hitting the nail on the head. Mental illness does suck. It's like a war being fought in your mind daily. It is. I mean, I can go ahead and admit now here at Reloaded, I fight that war on a daily basis myself. I've been diagnosed with generalized anxiety. Hi, Joe. Good to see you here. Yeah, I fight that. That's a battle I fight every day. My issue is the way my anxiety goes. It's trying to get control of things that I have absolutely no control of. And when I do, I think the way that I hurt myself is by stress eating. I I eat to the point where I've gone past that. I'm full stage. That's part. Yeah, life. It is a lifelong battle. I'm not saying it can't be overcome. But then again, sometimes you try, and sometimes you try to overcome it by yourself, and it's hard as all get out. In fact, here's another number I can actually slide into. Take away the 2020 portion of this. Over 12 million adults had serious thoughts of suicide. Now, I can actually picture myself on that, but that kind of thinking goes back to when I was a kid in junior high school. You know how, and in my pre-recorded bites, there's a little something I always said was, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a bully. If it's one thing I can't stand, it's it's bullies bullying people for no good reason. Well, I was on the business end of that. I was bullied, and I was bullied severely from the time I was in elementary school all the way through junior high school. And you want to get in on this conversation, honey? You sure? But I was bullied. It's okay. You're not. You won't be. You won't even be on screen. I got my avatar up. Just hearing your voice. Just hearing your voice. Maybe somebody can relate as well. How you doing, Avery? Good to see. Good to see you on here as well. Anyway, to be in that number of where 12 million over 12 million people having thoughts of suicide, I can only imagine what the number would have been for those who actually carried it out. Another 26.3 million adults received virtual mental health services in the past year. Hmm. See, Arctic Fox. Good. This is a good. This is a good comment here. All we know is suicide. The method hasn't been released that I know of. Yeah, I see that because it's I know they always say it's suicide is a it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. That may be true, but when you're at that mindset, what else are you gonna think to do? I mean, you you're in a situation you're in a situation you can't you're in a situation you can't control it. You're trying to come up with answers and finding none. So what's the last step? Yes, it's sad. And chapters of crime. Avery, yeah, don't want. I know you. I wouldn't want to know the method either, because no matter what the method is, it's still sad. It's still heartbreaking. It's still tragic. I'm glad. I don't know what I don't know what the method is. I'm glad I don't know what the method is. All I know is we have two daughters who has just said goodbye to their mother, and too soon, if I may say so. We have families who saying goodbye to their loved ones too soon. because of situations beyond their control. I could have been one of those people. I am tearing up right now thinking about it because, like I said, I could have been one of them. If I didn't have the right people talking to me, if I didn't have the right people telling me that I had so much to live for, if I didn't have the right people saying to me that things things can and will get better, and stayed talking to me, I probably wouldn't be doing this live broadcast. Oh my God, no, we don't need that. We don't need that to happen. We need as many in our community as possible. Arctic Fox True Crime mentioned the bullying within the community. It's not right. It's not right. I wanna send a shout out to these. I actually want to send a shout out to everybody in our true crime community. First off, that's the key word, ladies and gentlemen. We are a community. We are supposed to be banding together for one common goal. Actually, a couple of common goals. We call out the monsters. We don't become the monsters ourselves. We call them out. We get justice for the victims. We are their voices because at this stage they have none. We put we put faces to names of those missing. We put out the information to make sure they're found and brought home safe. That's it. That's what made me want to join this community in the first place. Sunshine 1979, how you doing? Yeah, I see you're a bully victim too, huh? It's sad. It's sad. Arctic Fox says that creators are doxing people and releasing creators' parents' addresses. I mean, really? Come on, y'all. We can do better than this, can't we? It's borderline pathetic. It's borderline pathetic that we have creators here who are trying to be the online bully, or as I always like to call them, keyboard warriors. The keyboard warriors simply because they got the power of the keyboard, but they won't see any repercussions from it. Hmm. Avery had someone try to bully her, and she filed charges and got a restraining order. That'll do it. That'll do it. Little law enforcement assistance does not hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. Oh, and as I'm going through these numbers, ladies and gentlemen, like I can tell you that we covered the adults. I got news for you. The kids aren't immune to it either. Here's some numbers for you. Among U.S. adolescents aged 12 to 17, 1 in 6 experienced a major depressive episode. 3 million kids had serious thoughts of suicide. 3 million. That's 3 million too many in my book. There's been a 31% increase of mental health related emergency department visits. Let's see, Sunshine says, I posted a video on the channel that if people want to be nasty, they can come show everyone that they were bullies. I tell my kids, you never know what someone is going through. And that is so blessed true.
The guy who did the adult butter committed suicide.
What? Did what, baby?
Committed suicide.
What did he do before?
What?
What did he do before?
He's an actor.
Oh, wow. I did not see that coming. Wow. Bullies, bullies, bullies. Man, if it's one, I've said it before, but you're hearing it from me. You're hearing it from me here live on Bethea's Bite Reloaded. If there is one thing I can't stand, it's a bully. Apparently that must be the thing to do. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get in, you want to get your voice heard, I'm leaving the invitation link. I'm dropping it in here now. Please join me, speak your piece, and let's put a voice to all this, because this is something, like I said before this broadcast started. I told Arctic Fox this is a kind of conversation that needs to happen. This is the kind of conversation that needs to happen. We don't need to lose anyone else to mental illness. I mean, right at the beginning of this month, Arctic Fox had a little something on one of his videos saying that May is mental health awareness month, and I'm here not only to stand in agreement, stand on one accord with Arctic Fox on this. I'm here as my own, what's the word I want to use? I'm my own patient, because I'm still fighting to keep myself on that same level day in and day out. Ruby Pearl says that the cycle of bullying just keeps going and going and going until we get one person that says enough is enough. Here I am online. And I'm saying it. Enough is enough. We don't need it. We don't need it. Personally, I'm tired of it. This is something that must be, it's got to come to an end. We fight against these bullies, yet you have more coming. It's like, what is this? It's okay, Sunshine. I don't mind it. Come on in. Let me hear from you. Anybody that's on. this is all about this is a serious conversation, and like I said, it needs to happen. This is something we can't make light of anymore. I did a pre-recorded episode about. I know I did a pre-recorded episode a few months back, and this certain talk show host made me sick to my stomach. Let me break this down. Now, keep this in mind. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's the bully, especially one that has a huge platform. Follow me here. I did a Matthias bite a few months ago regarding the commentary from talk show host Wendy Williams. How you doing, Nisi? Good to see you. Wendy Williams decided on her show that she was going to make light of the death of Price is Right host Drew Carey, his ex-fiance. Now, I'm not gonna be here and rehash that quote unquote joke because it was classless, it was distasteful, it was sick, and Ruby Pearl Glamper, yes, you hit the nail on the head. Yes, Wendy Williams is ruthless. Then just a few months after that, she has another show. She makes light of the death of this one rapper. She's making and this time she wants to make she was making light over the fact that the rapper had X amount of followers on his social media page compared to her Y amount of followers on hers. And to that, all I can say is, so the man just got killed. The man got killed, and all you want to do is celebrate the fact that you have more followers than he is now because of that. You're sick. She's got this huge platform, and like Nisi said, all she can do is bully, bully, bully. I'll go on record.
I think Whitney Houston committed suicide too.
I'm surprised. You're right. You're right, sweetheart. And I'm surprised Wendy Williams didn't make light of that one. But then again, that was probably before her talk show. Hold on. Ruby Pearl Glamper just put up there saying, guess who blocked me on Twitter? Someone I've loved and supported. Todd Bridges. I called him out for saying Robin Williams was selfish for his suicide. I mean, of all people to say that. Now that's just wrong, considering that he had one of his own co-star, two of his old co-stars to to commit suicide. But I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. That's how bad this is. Let's not go there, guys. We've already established that Todd Bridges was already in the wrong for that. Let's just keep this train moving. We're still talking about suicides. We're talking about how bad things can get. Now, this is a part I want to share with the community, and this is where this is where literally our bread and butter is set for our community basically. Let's listen to this. People with mental illness deserve help and not handcuffs. This is according to Naomi now. This is not according to the Last Outlaw. Yet people with mental illness are overrepresented in our nation's jails and prisons. We need to reduce criminal justice system involvement and increased investments in mental health care. Numbers to back they have numbers to back them up. But first, let me see. Arctic Fox says there's also a difference between calling a person out for their bad behavior and bullying someone. That is so true. That is so true. About 2 million times each year, people with serious mental illness are booked into jails. About 2 in 5 who are incarcerated have a history of mental illness. 37% in state and federal prisons, 44% held in local jails. Ladies, this one I want you to pay attention to. 66% of women in prison reported having a history of mental illness, almost twice the percentage of men in prison. Mm. Ah, there's an old case. There's an old case. Conrad Henri Roy III, a teenager who died by suicide at the age of 18. His girlfriend, 17-year-old Michelle Carter, encouraged him in text messages. My God. Ladies and gentlemen, give me a moment. I'll be right back. Sweetheart, please, can you help me out here? Yeah, I just got to step away for just a moment. Please.
What?
Could you help me out and keep the conversation going?
Okay. So what we were talking about here? Oh, hi. I don't know what I'm doing. One second. Yeah, and he's back.
I'm so sorry, you guys, but when nature calls, you gotta answer. Anyway. All right. Here's back. Let me get back to these numbers here. Nearly 1 in 4 people shot and killed by police officers between 2015 and 2020 had a mental health condition. And to no one's surprise, the leading cause of death for people held in local jails, suicide. An estimated 4,000 people with serious mental health illness are held in solitary confinement inside U.S. prisons. Thank you, Nisi. See, and I want to and let me thank my beautiful one, Lady Outlaw, as I love calling her. She uh, stepping the moment or came through for me. She gives me get, get, sorry guys, I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened, but I'm back now. Um, let me catch up on comments that I missed. Let's see. Fox makes me sad. Thankful the parents raise him to never bully and everyone's equal. Agreed. Nice, Nisi. Thank you. Ruby Pearl agrees with Fox. Parents throw their kids out on the street and it's just awful. Yeah. I mean, what we deal with on a daily basis, it's hurtful. It's hurtful. And when you plus you're dealing with mental illness, you're dealing with no, no, Ruby, I'm back. I'm back. Like somebody said it may have been a single issue. That's probably what it was, but I'm back now. And you're not gonna get rid of the last outlaw that easy. So anyway, like I said, with mental illness, you're dealing with this on a daily basis. You're dealing with you're dealing with things most times that's out of your control, like my signal issue. But the one thing I can guarantee you that you must have. It's a must that you have this. You gotta have a good support system. You gotta have good people to talk to you. I mean, if you're not okay and you can trust someone to say so, oh, go to that person and say and let them initiate the conversation, but but there are certain things they shouldn't say. There are certain things that you shouldn't say to a person dealing with mental illness. I'm trying to pull that up. Ah, oh, okay. 5 things you should never say. You're dealing with someone with mental illness. From psycom.com. I'm gonna see if I can share this with you all. Hmm? Yeah, I'm still there. All right, looks like I'm okay. There we go. That'll do. All right, I'm still working. All right. Here's the These are 5 things according to psycom.net that you should never say to anyone dealing with mental illness. 1. Stop acting crazy, or don't be insane, or you are seriously unhinged. According to the site, the phrase might be tossed off thoughtlessly, not intended to cause pain, but the result is acid on a scar to someone who already feels less than due to an illness that is rarely viewed with the respect or understanding given to a person with a physical ailment. Uttering "stop acting crazy" trivializes the very torment faced by a person with mental illness. What you want to do is eliminate the ableist words such as crazy or insane. It's a small but vital way to reduce the stigmatizing impact of such language. Rather than scoffing, be specific about the behavior you find objectionable. For example, Terry, when you don't clean up after your kids or your dog, the place gets really messy and smelly. That's just an example. You also want to be specific when describing positive experiences, such as a concert or a movie enjoyed. Like an example, Black Panther was stereotype busting, or Justin Bieber's show was electrifying. Now, keep in mind, those are not my sentences. Nisi's got a couple of good ones. Couple of good ones you don't want to say. Hey, you're just fine. You'll be okay. Yeah, right, right. And they're still hurting. The next thing you don't want to say, uh, just don't worry about it. Calm down. Don't sweat the small stuff. Do you know how? Do you know how many of us deal with that one? We're already at a point where we have no control over our situation. But then you have that one person tell us, don't worry about it. And surprisingly enough, it just makes you worry about it even more. Oh yeah, like that one, like that statement. Thanks, sunshine. It's all in your head. Yeah, yeah, it is all in their head. It's all in their head until it's no longer in their head because that person is no longer with us. That's really healthy, isn't it? Or how about using supportive phrases instead? Like, this must be so hard for you, or I'm here if you want. This is the one that saved me from taking my own life back in junior high. I'm here if you want to talk about how you feel. That is the most supportive statement anybody can make to you. It shows that you have empathy. You want to lend an ear and not lecture or taunt, that being a calming influence that can help that person instead of alienate or causing further anxiety. And when your loved one is feeling calmer, perhaps he or she will be open to discussing options for seeking help. The next one basically is giving someone ideas. Wait. Let me back up. 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 Ruby Pearl's giving me Ruby. A lot of you guys are giving me more than one example. Ruby Pearl says, "Get over it." Yeah, I hate that one. I hate that one too. Ooh, try to get over it. Oh, you think it's that easy? Please, let's see. Let's see you do it then. Nisi, buck up. Yeah, buck up. Yeah, buck up, Buttercup. Yeah, right. Eat like that's so easy for me. Just cheer up. You stress over the dumbest stuff. Yeah, I'm glad I'm with you too. I'm so glad I'm with you all, and I'm glad that the person that talked to me that day said that one phrase. Like I said, this one is just giving you ideas. This makes me want to kill myself. When when I was being bullied in junior high, that was the first thought that came to my mind. That was the first thought I had come in my mind, and I actually verbalized it. It hurts now that I think about it, but yeah, it happened. The CDC and prevention statistics show that suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States total. Thus, someone with suicidal ideation certainly does not need to hear someone who has experienced a minor trauma, such as getting a bad work review, go to the emotional dark side with a proclamation. With that proclamation, what we want to steer. We definitely want to steer away from those words. If things are difficult, even though the situation is minor, and you're trying to deal with somebody with mental illness, you're gonna need a pair of kid gloves, because that's how they got to be treated. Next one. Oh, really? Therapy is for people who are weak, or I just don't see the point of therapy, or can't people just solve things on their own? If that were the case, then we wouldn't have mental illness. If that were the case, we would be able to solve so many problems. There will be a lot less suicides, and there will be a lot less people who need help. But here we are. A woman they'll call Kate recently came for a consultation and said, "I waited so long to come to therapy because a close friend who I know has my best interest at heart kept telling me I should be able to handle my problems on my own. She insisted I'm stronger than I think, and therapy is for the weak." She also said, "I'm so glad I found the courage to finally stop listening to her." See, it may have sounded like that's reverse psychology. But still, she made the choice to stop listening to her friend and and say, you know what, I do need help, and went out and got it. You know what the best line to say instead of that? Nothing. Say not word one. Say bite your tongue, or if pressed on the issue, say something like, I'm not sure how I would have handle what you're going through, but therapy seems a viable option that can help you. I'm all for it. Say that if you're gonna say anything, it shows that you're supportive of that person getting therapy or receiving some kind of help. This one, I don't want to. I normally don't say this to someone with mental health, but if they're just down, if they're sad, sad and all that, okay, that's one thing. But you're dealing with a person with mental health, and every day to that person seems like a bad day. So to say things will be better in the morning, as much as you want to be that optimistic for that person, that's definitely according to this site not a good line to say. Let's see what we got. Nisi says weak. Living with it means one is strong. No, not necessarily, because like I said, I'm still dealing with generalized anxiety. There's certain things I can't control, and I struggle. I struggle, and even in my struggles, at least I've got a good support system. In fact, I have someone that'll stop me from stress eating right before I start. Thanks, honey. I have a support system that stops me from even remotely thinking about wanting to hurt myself or take my own life. All right, so I'm not strong by any means when it comes to this. I just have a great support system. But the bottom line is that we need to be a kinder society. I'm saving that. I should have saved that comment for the end. And in relation to Naomi Judd, meditation, self love and support. You're right. That is key. Mm. Uh, wow, wow. Nisi just spoke right to my heart. I'm still here, and to her, that means I'm strong. We'll get it together, Nisi. We all will. Believe me. Anyway, back to that last thing. You don't want to tell someone with mental illness that things will be better in the morning. What you want to do, instead of offering unwanted or unhelpful advice, you want to validate that person's feelings, no matter how elevated or exaggerated they may seem. That must be really really rough to feel you messed up so badly. But I'm here to listen. See, there you go again. You have a sympathetic ear. You have you have you have empathy, and most importantly, you have love. And believe it or not, I know I mentioned this on occasion that my favorite Judd song happens to be "Love Can Build a Bridge." I looked at the liner notes for that one particular piece, and I shouldn't have been surprised, but it did. It surprised me that it was Naomi Judd who wrote the song. Let me get this comment real quick. Sunshine saying, "Yes, Nisi, you and myself, we're stronger than you know. You're on YouTube showing you have a voice and creating a safe place." Thank you, Sunshine. That is definitely needed. And like I said, it surprised me that Naomi Judd was the one who wrote the song because my initial thought originally I thought it was Winona, but not but still now that I think about it, I that very first verse is what hits me, and it hits me right in my heart because that's the type of person I am. That's the type of person I always want to be. Type of person I always pray that I can be every day that I live. I know I've sung this before and I'm tearing up thinking about it now, so I'm not gonna try and sing it again because it'll probably bring me bawling like a baby. But that first verse, like I said, it's strong. It's very strong. It says that I'll gladly walk across the desert with no shoes on my feet to share with you the last bite of bread I had to eat. I would swim out to save you in your sea of broken dreams. When all your hopes are sinking, let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mind. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? And honestly, I do. And that's something that I believe that America should listen to. And another lyric that I believe we should listen to in that same song spoke a lot of truth in it as well. When we stand together, it's our finest hour. We can do anything. Just believe in the power. Thank you for those inspiring words, Naomi Judd. We wish we could have done more to help you in your fight with mental illness. But right now, you don't have to worry about that fight anymore down here because you're resting in the arms of a God who's not going to let you go. Rest in peace now. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a special Matthias Bite Reloaded. I want to thank everybody who jumped on here. Sunshine 1979, Nisi, Darkness Exposed, Arctic Fox, Chapters of Crime. I thank you all so much for joining me here. I'm gonna I'm not even gonna hit my go home line, but again again if you want to reach me, you got me here on Facebook at the Last Outlaw 316, Matthias Bite Reloaded, on Twitter at EKB316, YouTube, like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell at user EKB316. Hit me on the message form at BethesdaBite.com. Email me at kingofhearts316_09 at outlook.com. Keep those comments clean. The next time I'll be probably back here with more with your comments being read online. And to Sunshine 1979, she says, "Thanks for coming on live. Thanks for the chat for being and thanking everybody in the chat for being a positive force. We couldn't do it without you either." So so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, this is a conversation that needed to happen, and I hope you can pass on this word to somebody as well. So until next time, again, thank you so much, and we'll do it again next time. Again, tell somebody you love them, tell somebody you support them, whether they have any kind of mental illness or not. This is the Last Outlaw, Ernest Bethea, and I'm out. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow Bethea's Bite on social media. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Bethea'sBite.com, or email at kingofhearts316_09 at outlook.com. This is the home for news, opinions, debates, your voice, and justice served. This is Bethea's Bite.